All right, section 9.4, we are talking about multiplying radical binomials. So these are binomials where one of the terms or both are radicals or contain radicals. There are two methods that we can do this. The first one we'll talk about is the box method. So for the box method, I'm going to draw a square with 4 boxes in it. And then I'm going to take my two separate binomials. One of them I'm going to write vertically on these, on the left, or the, vertical axis. And then the other one I'm going to write on the horizontal axis. So one term at a time, I'll write the square root. Actually, I'll use a different color here. So for this red guy, I have the square root of 2 and then minus 4. So I keep the sign, the negative, with this 4. And then for my other one, let's make it green, I'll have the square root of 2 and then plus 1. Now, it doesn't matter which order you do it. If I would have put this one on the vertical and this one on the horizontal, that wouldn't change my answer. You just need to line them up where one of the binomials is on the vertical side and one of them is on the horizontal side. Now what I will do is in each box, I am just going to write the product of the two terms. So for this box, this would be the product of square root of 2 and the square root of 2, which is just 2. And then for this box, this is going to be the product of 1 and the square root of 2. So this would just be the square root of 2. This box would be the product of the square root of 2 and negative 4. So it'd be negative 4 square roots of 2. And this box here will be the product of 1 and negative 4, which is negative 4. And then to write my answer, I will just write all of my terms together. So I'm going to start with this corner and then just kind of do a little zigzag pattern like that. So I have 2 plus the square root of 2 minus 4 square roots of 2 minus 4. I could then combine my like terms. So I have 2 whole numbers here, and then I also have 2 terms with square roots that are the same. So my final answer would end up being, let's see, the square root of 2 minus 4 square roots of 2, that's going to be negative 3 square roots of 2. And then 2 minus 4 will get me negative 2. So that would be my final answer. You can also use the FOIL method or the double distribution method. So if I rewrite that same set of binomials, I can FOIL or double distribute. So square root of 2 times square root of 2, square root of 2 times 1, and then negative 4 times the square root of 2, negative 4 times 1. So we're doing the same thing, because that's exactly what we did here. We multiplied, but this way I'm just displaying it differently. So the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, that gets me 2. Square root of 2 times 1 gets me plus the square root of 2. Negative 4 times the square root of 2 is negative 4 square roots of 2, and the negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So notice we got exactly the same terms as we did over here, so we will get the same answer. So you can choose either method. They both work well. So if one of them makes more sense to you, go ahead and use that one. But let's go ahead and apply this to some problems. So looking at problem number A. I am going to, for this one, use the double distribution or FOIL method. So I'll do 4 times negative 3, 4 times 5 square roots of 5, and then I'll do square root of 5 times negative 3, and square root of 5 times 5 square roots of 5. So for my answer here, I'll try and keep my colors in line. So 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. And 4 times 5 square roots of 5, I will multiply, oopsies, what did I just delete? Oh, so 4 times 5 square roots of 5, I can multiply my coefficients. So 4 times the 5, this will not change because I don't have a square root in this term. So 4 times 5 is 20. And then the square root of 5 just stays with my product. Nothing has changed with that. Then from there, I have square root of 5 times negative 3. So that would be negative 3 square roots of 5. And lastly, I have square root of 5 times 5 square roots of 5. This time, I will multiply my square roots of 5 together, and those will eliminate the square root, just like we did earlier with the square root of 2 times the square root of 2. So this will actually become 5 times 5, because this 5 stays the same here, and then the 2 square roots of 5, when multiplied together, also give us 5. So that would actually simplify to 25 if we want to do that really quick. From here, I will just combine like terms. So we have, I got negative 12 and 25. Those are both whole numbers. So negative 12 plus 25 will get me 13. And then we have 20 square roots of 5 minus 3 square roots of 5. That should get us plus 17 square roots of 5. So let's do another one. I'm going to use the box method this time and see how that goes. So let's go ahead and set up our box. I will do, let's see, make this guy red. So I have square root of 5 plus 5 square roots of 3. So we have different square roots in this problem. Make this guy green, so square root of 5 minus 2 square roots of 3. Okay, so now let's go through and multiply. So square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is just 5. Square root of 5 times negative 2 square roots of 3. Let's do some work on the side here. So square root of 5 times negative 2 square roots of 3. I will multiply, the square root of 5 and the square root of 3, and that will get me the square root of 15, and the negative 2 stays out front. So that's the product of those two terms. So I'm going to try and squeeze that into this box here. Negative 2 square roots of 15. And then I have the square root, or the 5 square roots of 3 times the square root of 5. We just showed the square root of 5 times the square root of 3 gets us the square root of 15. So I know that's going to be my square root here because I have square root of 5 and square root of 3. But now my coefficient will be this 5 instead. So 5 square roots of 15. And lastly, we have 5 square roots of 3 times negative 2 square roots of 3. So I will multiply the 5 and the negative 2, since those are coefficients. That will get me negative 10. And then the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is just 3. So this would actually be 10 times 3, which is going to equal negative 30. So I got the negative 30 because we have 5 times negative 2, which was negative 10. But when the square roots of 3 get multiplied, the square root is eliminated and it is just a 3. So we're left with negative 10 times 3. So that's how we got negative 30. All right, combining all of this into our answer, we have 5 minus 2 square roots of 15 plus 5 square roots of 15 minus 30. Taking a look at our like terms, we have whole numbers here, 5 and negative 30. And we also have negative 2 square roots of 15 and 5 square roots of 15. So combining those square roots, we just add the coefficients. So negative 2 plus 5 is 3 square roots of 15. And 5 minus 30 is negative 25. All right. Go ahead and try problem C on your own. You can use the box method or the FOIL/double distribution method. Go for it. All right, after multiplying, I got my answer to be 37 square roots of 2 plus 45. I used the FOIL or double distribution. You could have used the box method, but that should be your answer there. Okay, looking at D. We have 1 plus square root of 5 times negative 4 plus the square root of 5. So I'm going to distribute my 1 and my square root of 5. So when I distribute my 1, to the second binomial, I get 1 times -4, which is just -4. And then 1 times the square root of 5 is square root of 5. And then when I distribute the square root of 5 to the binomial, I get -4 square roots of 5, and then plus 5. When I get the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, it becomes just the number within that square root, since it's the same number. Now that I have this, I can combine my like terms. So I have square root of 5 here and -4 square roots of 5 here. So those will combine to give me -3 square roots of 5. And then I will just bring down, oh wait, those are like terms as well. I gotta make sure I combine those. So then I have -4 plus 5. So that would just be plus 1. And that would be my final answer. All right, final problem, E. I want you to pause and try this one on your own. Once you think you got it, unpause and check my work.